Hey guys, it's Nitro here, and today I'm going to be talking about twisting corridors and how you can have more success in these different layers and different floors and everything, because they can be really useful because they drop, the last floor drops a mount, which you can use in the mall, which is huge for everyone, especially certain classes that aren't that mobile, you know, like Death Knights or Priests or something like that, that can't really move that well and take a while to finish them all. So it's definitely worth doing for everyone. But it is definitely more challenging. There's floors, and each floor has 18 different layers. That means the end boss can have like I think like 3 million plus health. So it's a bigger challenge. It's kind of like the hard mode of Torghast. And today I'm going to be talking about how you can have more success in completing these different floors. So how do we kill these boss that have so much health, right? Because the last boss has like above 3 million. So in order to do that, what you want to do is take damage anima powers, right? Also, icy veins can help you pick a certain spec. That's really good. For example, this is the one I use on my hunter, because I play hunter. This is the one I use. Barrage just lets you pull everything super quickly. Double tap and volley, let you do more AoE damage. And these are all kind of, all these other ones are kind of standard. But Barrage is really nice. And then they have a list of all the really good, like a tier list of all the good anima powers, which will help you do more damage to kill the boss and kill these mobs, because they do get really tanky. So for hunters, at least, that's what I'm going to mostly be talking about today is for hunters, but it does apply to other, specs and classes as well. Just look at that corresponding IC Veins page, or just test them out yourself, see what you like. Um, and it is kind of preference, because Soul Forge Embers is okay. It's good for AoE, but I only really take it if I get the power that expands your tar trap, right? This one is crazy. So when you root any enemy with a binding shot, your crit goes to 100%, and crit damage goes 100% for 6 seconds. So after your binding shot, you're gonna be doing tons of damage. This one's good too. These are all kind of epic ones though. What you're really gonna want to take as a hunter that's pretty common is, I've already seen it on here, but the one that increases your aim shot damage and your kill shot damage. Keep getting those as much as you can. And then as far as utility goes, the one that increases the effectiveness of your tar trap is very strong. There are parts of Torghast where I have my trap buffed so much that I can just keep it up forever, and the enemy moves so slow. Even bosses, they can't get to me. I don't even need a pet. That kind of talks about our next subject here is, know your anima powers, know what to take all the damage you can get, prioritize damage. But the next part for hunters is the pet. Now, I use a gorilla. Gorillas are pretty tanky. They have pretty good leech, but the big thing is they give you bloodlust. And bloodlust is something that you can use at the end of each floor. And after the floor, you go through like the portal into the next room, and all your status is like reset, so you can use bloodlust again. So having bloodlust on every floor is huge. So the gorilla is a very good pet to have in these in Torghast. The next thing that will really help your success is to completely do 100% everything. And what I mean by that is, do all the quests, open up all the chests, destroy all the little vases that give you the phantasma, and just 100% the run, because when you get to that 18th level, you're gonna need as much as you can, especially if you're under geared to kill the boss. And there may be 1 or 2 powers you skip that could really help you with your damage or utility, and it could have really made a difference in your kill or not killing the boss. The next thing that really kind of confused me for the first few weeks of Torghast was the chests you can get. There's the one with the 4 different levers, and that means there's 16 different possibilities. That one I personally still don't have a great strategy for. I just kind of spam until it unlocks. But the other one I just learned about recently, which is the rune locked one. Um, and that one has 4 different chains and has 4 skulls with these weird icons above them. And what you're going to do is click them and see how many of the runes change on each skull. So click them around, see how many of them change based on each skull. And when you find the one that changes all 4, click on that one until that chain disappears. And then when you find the one that changes 3, do the same thing. Click on it until that chain disappears, and so on. So after the 4th one, you do the 3rd, and then the 2nd, and the 1st, and then the chest will open. It took me a while. I don't know why it took me so long, but I just figured that out a few weeks ago, and it's helped me unlock more and more animal powers. Lastly, the next thing I kind of want to talk about is items you should buy and can buy that'll help your success. One of them is you can buy it from Venari for, where is it here? That's right here. It's called Phantasmic Infuser, and you can buy this for 3,760 Stygia. And what this will do, it'll consume 100 Phantasma that you have, and it'll give yourself a pretty good buff for 30 minutes. So far, ones I've gotten have been like 200 Burst or 200 Haste, Movement Speed 1, and one that gives you like a pretty big boost to cooldown reduction. So having this as another option to spend Phantasma on is pretty big. And then as far as spending Phantasma, you're gonna want to buy the regular like 5 Phantasma purchase for that original orb to roll whatever you can. And then you're gonna want to buy damage first. So if there's any like good damage upgrades that the vendor is offering, definitely buy those first before you buy more of those orbs to roll. Just because it's guaranteed, right? If there's like enhances the crits or like aim shot upgrade, kill shot upgrade, anything like that, I would buy that first. The next thing that's actually pretty big if the vendor's selling it is that potion. You have to be in combat, but it's great for the last boss. So it gives you huge damage increase. It just flat out gives you 30% increased damage while you're in combat. So save that for the last boss. Don't forget to click it. Don't forget you have it in your inventory, but buying that will help you if you're having difficulty destroying the last boss. So yeah, those are kind of things that help me do twisting corridors.